Greetings, faithful followers. This is your old pal, Brother Jack Angry. Things keep improving for us here at the Monastery of Mayhem and with the Angry Brothers Omaha Rama. We want to welcome our newest sponsor, Big Brain Tattoos at 1123 Jackson Street in the Old Market here in Omaha. They are our newest sponsor, and we would like everybody to stop on down and say hi to Smitty and Lenny and the rest of the artists down there. Get a price on a tattoo, and next time you decide to have work done, be sure and visit Smitty and see what he can do for you. Now back to the show. Well, greetings, faithful followers. This is your old pal, Brother Jack Angry, along with Inferna, the cougar from hell.
Hello, everyone. How are you doing?
And welcome to another edition of the Angry Brothers Omaha Rama. Tonight's movie is going to be The Attack of the 50-Foot Woman. Now, this 1958 classic deals with an abused socialite who grows to giant size because of an alien encounter and an aborted murder attempt. She goes after her cheating husband with revenge on her mind and is able to basically pick buses up and throw them around like they were toys.
And squash you like a berry.
Yes, and we wouldn't, in the words of another famous horror host who we won't mention, I wouldn't want to have her sitting on my face.
Oh my gosh.
Yes, it's like Brother Jack went there. Now we do want to make some notes of some things tonight. Brother James, unfortunately, is not here. He's at work and, wasn't able to make the filming. So, we do wish him well, and, we send our best out to him. And Lady Torrid, unfortunately, had other commitments that she had to follow too. And I know we've got a lot of responses and cards and letters asking why she hasn't been on the show.
It's because she's too busy whipping people.
That's right. Yeah, she's too busy passing out gratuitous beatings, floggings, and other lewd and lascivious things, but that's okay. She'll be back on in coming episodes, so just keep your eyes peeled. And we also want to thank our friends at Kapow 22.
Kapow!
Because if you are watching this on Kapow 22, you're not going to be seeing the movie because of the fact that, because of changes at the station, everybody's time slot is being limited to 30 minutes. So, we are, of course, want to stay current and stay correct with Kapow and their management and their policies. So we will be going down to 30 minutes, and we'll be putting in a few good clips of the movie, so keep your eyes peeled for that as well. And if you want to see the full movies, catch us on Indie Horror TV. You can catch us on Public Access. I believe it's Channel 80 with Time Warner in Lincoln. And you can catch us at various other markets as well, because we are working out several syndication deals that's going to put us in other markets here in Nebraska and across the country as well.
Well, what exactly are the good parts you would put in?
The good parts I would put in? Well, obviously, the movie, it's like...
It's like we have to break that down a lot, so I'm just curious what good parts you're talking about.
Whatever we can find, whatever clips we can find on YouTube at the time. We do take a lot of it from there, and thank you, YouTube. But there were some scenes where the 50-foot woman is going after the husband's mistress, and she does several things to her, like, this and a few other things. Basically, the 50-foot woman tearing up the city, and we will try to get those in there, but we don't want to let the cat totally out of the bag. So we will be getting on with that.
We're gonna make her look like fucking Donkey Kong, is what we're gonna do.
Yes, that's right.
Some crazy hairy beast.
Not that women aren't crazy hairy beasts. When they want to be, some of them are. Trust me on that.
We do throw stuff too.
Yes,
like bitches around.
It's like, yes, and you have been known to kick a few swift kicks to the groin, and God knows I've been on the receiving end of those enough time.
Sorry to hear that.
Yes, it's like, well, what do you do? It's like...
Where is James when I need to grab something?
Well, James hasn't been beaten up by you in a while, and I think he's starting to miss it.
I think so, too.
And we want to also give a big shout out to our friends at at Big Brain, our sponsor. If you need a good tattoo, be sure and visit Smitty and the rest of the guys.
Where he's always on top.
Yes, that's right. Smitty's always on top of things.
Yep.
We also want to thank our previous guests, Anita Guerra and Fred Stewart from the band Bad Apple. They were kind enough to come in and hang out with us last week. The episode you'll be seeing shortly, episode 79, will have some great clips from one of their concert footages. And if you want to download some of their free music, be sure and go to our website at www.theangrybros.com. We're working on getting that up, and you can check us out on our blog and website. And you can find all that by going to www.theangrybros.com. And that will have links to everything, and you'll be able to take a look at what you like. Be sure and let us know if you do, and check out our swag shop for all of your Angry Brothers merchandise. It's all Angry Brothers all the time, and our prices are very reasonable.
I still want that mug.
The Big Stein, yes.
Oh, the Big Stein.
The Big Drunk Beer Stein, yes. We're definitely going to be getting those.
I just want one of those like girl t-shirts that, you know, is more fitting to you, not like the guy t-shirts.
Okay, so you want like the
crew top.
The girls' crew tops or the tank tops or something like that.
That'd be more fun.
Well, we do have them there.
And they do come in different colors.
That's right. They do come in a host of different colors. If you want a sweatshirt, we have sweatshirts, and all of our sweatshirts are made by Hanes or Jerseys, all very good quality material. And they have our official show logo and design on them. That was done by a very talented artist, a fellow horror host named Todd Mizia from Colorado, who is also known as the Toxic Zombie. So be sure and look him up, Google the Toxic Zombie, and be sure and say the Angry Brothers sent you. Alright, so we're going to get back to the movie, The Attack of the 50-Foot Woman, here on the Angry Brothers Omaha Shakarama.
Enjoy.
Enjoy. Well, welcome back, faithful followers. What did you think of Attack of the 50-Foot Woman? Wasn't that movie scary? And I believe Inferna has an update for us on Big Brain Tattoos, our sponsor, because we did receive some requests wanting to know where they were at.
Yes, we do have some requests. They are at 1123 Jackson Street here in Omaha at the Old Market. They have piercings there and tattoos. They're all great artists and great piercers. David Brown and Smitty would be the piercers. Go down there, check it out, and get yourself ready for the Halloween. I mean, maybe you can find some pumpkin designs or something.
Well, I'm sure
skeletons.
I'm sure Smitty has a variety of designs. And if you can think of it, him and his artists can design it. Speaking of artists, Brother James highly recommends Lenny Rankin, also known as Lenny Lynn, the Mexican. You can go down there and ask for Lenny, ask for Smitty, ask for any of the artists. You're going to get a good quality tattoo at a good quality price. Now back to the show. A little trivia about this film. This film was made right after the success of the Sputnik launch. The alien spacecraft is called a satellite because the writer thought it meant any spherically shaped spacecraft object was considered to be a UFO. So it kind of reflected the paranoia of the times with the Russians and the space race with the Soviets and all that.
Oh, I love that.
Well, that was at the time.
It's a reckless time.
Well, it was a time where everybody was paranoid. We were racing the Russians to the moon, and the Russians were ahead of us in some areas with the space program. But because of several technical foul-ups on their side, we were able to pull it out at the last minute and reach the moon.
And boy, she is an Amazon. I thought I was an Amazon, but she is the Amazon.
Okay. And who are you referring to?
The 50-foot woman.
Oh, the 50-foot woman. Yes, it's like...
that's what we're doing, right?
Yes, that's what we're doing, yes.
I'm like, ooh.
Now, the cheating girlfriend was played by actress Yvette Vickers, who you would know from Attack of the Giant Leeches and several other films. She had a close call during the filming of her character's death scene. A large nail on one of the boards from the falling debris stood dangerously close to her head, and she almost had a severe accident because of it. And Yvette Vickers, as you know, she passed away, I believe it was last year. She had actually been dead a year prior, and they found her mummified remains in her home. The only reason anybody had noticed that she was dead is because they had a year's worth of mail piled up in front of the house. When they came in, they found her, I believe, dead in a chair and more or less fused to the chair. So it's like...
Oh, that's so sad.
Yes, it was. I mean, she was pretty...
A few days then.
She'd been there over a year.
What?
She had been in
real life?
In real, yes. We're talking no bullshit, hand to God.
Did she not have friends?
No, she didn't. She was a recluse.
That's so sad. If you don't have a friend, please email me. I don't want to see that happen to you.
Basically her manager, who was really her only friend, had noticed that she had been out of contact and had went to her house to see if she was all right, and had found the front entrance was totally covered with cobwebs and about a year's worth of mail piled up in front of newspapers.
Gosh, and no one can tell something was wrong with that picture.
Upon seeing that, she became alarmed and called the police, who forced their way into the house, finding Miss Vickers' mummified body fused into the chair. Apparently she had suffered a heart attack or a stroke and died in the chair. And
well, she definitely was at peace.
Well, yeah, I mean, from what I was told, she went quickly, and it was pretty much instantaneously. But I mean, I don't know. They said there was some issues with the chair because they couldn't separate her from it without completely destroying her corpse, as it were. So they took her and the chair out, and I don't know what the status was, but you could look that up on the internet. Just Google Yvette, Y-V-E-T-T-E, Vickers, V-I-C-K-E-R-S, on Google, and you'll be able to get the whole story. But
really surprising me things like this. This is
this comes under the category of truth is stranger than fiction, basically.
Truth is stranger than fiction.
That's right. I mean, it's like...
So, in all these dangerous things you tell me, I love hearing them because...
Well, the little trivia you find about the movie, and thank you, IMDb, a wonderful source of information. It's just amazing what you can find out about these movies. But Yvette Vickers, this was her second starring or co-starring roles. One of the ones she was most noted for. The other was playing the swamp vixen in Attack of the Giant Leeches, who also died at the hands of a monster. So she was noted for playing that. There was another scene where, and this was according to Yvette Vickers herself, the suggestion for her sexy dance came from the Frank Chase, brother of dancer Barry Chase, who played Deputy Charlie in the film. And I guess you will see Yvette Vickers doing a sexy dance in this movie. The movie poster art is number 8 of the 25 best movie posters ever, and that was voted on by Premiere Magazine. Yes, and you'll also notice the cameo of Charlie the bartender is played by Michael Ross. He also plays the bald space alien that the main character runs into, and who is given, and that's how she becomes the 50-foot woman. Yeah.
So these aliens turn her into a
Well, yes.
woman?
Apparently, she runs afoul of an alien spacecraft somewhere out in the desert,
and hits a laser beam.
Well, they zap her with some kind of ray or do something to her that causes her to grow to this 50-foot proportion. And because she had a bad attitude to begin with, the bigger the size, the bigger the
she's the wicked wife. Basically.
Well, she is the wife who is cheated on by the husband, and
she's an angry wife.
There you go. And guys, this is why you don't ever cheat on your wife. I mean, because something might happen. She could come back and end up using you as a butt plug. I mean, just... And that would be all she wrote.
Or use it as an excuse.
There you go. It's like... And the case in point, Lorena Bobbitt. Look at what John Bobbitt did. He screwed around on his wife. She got even. So hide the knives and hide the super glue.
Wow.
Yes, it's like Brother Jack's been married too many times not to know those rules. And Brother James, well, we won't talk about that, you know. But remember, never sleep with anyone crazier than you are.
Sometimes you don't know when they're crazy. Sometimes crazy can be fun.
Well, yes, sometimes crazy can be fun for a while, but then one day you wake up and your beloved house pet is in a pot on the stove.
Yeah, well...
That was a Fatal Attraction reference.
There is a limit, I guess. You're right.
Yeah, it's like, you know, crazy's only fun for so long, you know. And then it gets real annoying, you know. It's like, you know, so you're thinking back to the night before and it was, hey, that was a lot of fun. Then you look down at her sleeping beside you and...
How did I get this crazy bitch?
And then you think, how did I end up here? You think, wait a minute, maybe I could shoo my arm off at the shoulder and get the hell out of here.
I seen this movie called Butters. It reminds me of that with this stripper. She was just wanting her money, so she went up to the door of the guy in his wife's house, and the wife was a psycho crazy B-word, and this dancer was crazy, and she just wants her money.
Oh.
It was just, you have to watch the movie Butters.
Butters?
It's hilarious, yes.
All right, well, we'll have to check that out.
Totally hilarious.
One of our fans did suggest the movie Eraserhead, and we're going to be looking into getting that on the show, and that was done by the great director David Lynch. I'll have to take a look at it here on one of my off days, and we'll get back to you with that. So we're going to get back to the movie, Attack of the 50-Foot Woman, here on the Angry Brothers Omaha Shakarama. Enjoy.
Enjoy.
Once a normal, voluptuously beautiful woman, she drove into a nightmare of horror and saw descending from the sky a titanic monster whose fearsome touch became a frightful curse.
You think I'm drunk, don't you? All of you! I'm not drunk! I'm not! You've got to believe me. Please. It was right in the middle of the highway, 30 feet tall.
Once she's in the booby hatch, throw the key away. That'll put you in the driver's seat. You'd make a wild driver, Harry. With $50 million.
What she saw was beyond belief until others, too, faced its hideous, uncontrollable menace. Attack of the 50-Foot Woman, incredibly huge, with incredible desires for love and vengeance.
Well, greetings, faithful followers. Welcome back. What did you think of Attack of the 50-Foot Woman? We've got some more really great trivia from the movie.
I think she was really ticked off.
Oh yeah, you think?
Just a little bit.
You know? But of course, I mean, if you suddenly grow to 50 foot and then you realize you can pretty much get even with everybody who has ever screwed you over or pissed you off your whole life, you're going to do it. You know, it's like, let's face it, I mean, if I had the opportunity, if you had the opportunity, if any of our viewers out there had the opportunity...
To be big and squish people?
Yeah, wouldn't you take it? I mean...
That's evil.
Well, yeah, but, you know, wouldn't you want to be, if you had that ability, wouldn't you want to be just a little evil?
I'd want to run away. And if I had that long of a stride, I'd get there faster.
Yes, well, trouble is, you know, it'd be really hard to find a place to stay, you know?
In the ocean.
Yeah, it's like...
Go on vacay.
Yeah, it's like you could be a 50-foot woman hanging out in the desert, you know? All that good shit, but hey. To give you a little more
Venom couldn't kill my ass.
That's right. Let me just mention here that some of the goofs in this film they had a scene where a station wagon that the 30-foot woman picks up is a 1958 Plymouth. The car that lands on the ground after she throws it is a 1950 Chevrolet, and when it cuts back to the car, it's a 1958 Plymouth again. So, you know, somebody needs to get their shit together on that one. There's a scene where articles of clothing are sticking out of Harry's suitcase as he hurriedly brings it out of the bedroom. In the next shot, the suitcase appears to be neatly packed. So, how does that happen? There's a scene where Nancy picks up Harry. The dummy standing in front of him is off scale, looking larger than the real Harry does on the prop giant's hand. So basically, this dummy that they used was probably bigger than the actual actor, so it looks somewhat out of proportion. But the movie was famous for these kind of technical mess-ups, but it still didn't detract from the quality of the movie and basically the campiness, which this film has had several remakes, including one from, I believe, 1988, which was done with Daryl Hannah. It has been parodied and spoofed many times over the years, and it's considered one of the 100 campiest science fiction movies ever made. Also, this movie is basically a it's somewhat unsung. It's a what's the word I'm looking for? It's kind of an unacknowledged salute to the feminism movement of the 60s and 70s, because we have a woman being empowered through whatever means, going out and kicking men's butts and taking names and getting even with all the people who have wronged her and screwed her over, much like the feminist movement tried to do with the country in the 1970s. You know, so at least she wasn't burning her bra on camera.
And back then there was no cell phones, no Facebook.
No, it's like it makes you wonder how people lived back then.
People would go ape shit if they found out their woman was messing around. Or
yeah,
husband was messing around.
Well, it's like, you know, you just held it inside and became this roiling mass of emotions and rage. You know, the weak ones would blow their brains out, but the stronger ones would just hold it all inside until they developed like cirrhosis of the liver and lung cancer from excessive drinking and smoking.
Sounds fun.
Yes. And if you want to know what that life was like, watch Mad Men, everyone. Yeah, it's like, pretty much that's it, you know.
Except Mad Magazine, call it good.
Well, not Mad Magazine, that was the show, the series, Mad Men. I'm sure you've seen it, you know. Anyway, that's Attack of the 50-Foot Woman. Now, on our review program, Movie Night Live from the Monastery of Mayhem, we're going to be bringing you the 2013 movie, Scary Movie, aka Scary Movie 5. This movie stars Ashley Tisdale and Simon Rex, and is the 5th installment in the Scary Movie series. It parodies several of the films that were out at the time, such as Mama, Paranormal Activity, Insidious, and others, Black Swan. It was actually a very, very good movie, very funny. We highly recommend it. So you'll be seeing that on Movie Night Live from the Monastery of Mayhem. We also want to thank our friends at KPAO, you know. Thanks for the new time slot, guys.
Thanks.
You know, and kapow.
Kapow.
Anyway, I'm Brother Jack Angry, along with Inferna, the Cougar from Hell. Brother James will hopefully be back next week, along with myself, Inferna, Lady Torrid, and the rest of the gang. You can catch us online. Just Google the Angry Brothers Omaha Shakarama, or go to www.indie.horror.tv and check us out. We are on Saturday nights from starting at midnight Eastern Time until 5 a.m. Eastern Time.
Midnight?
Yes. We're on midnight till 5 on Saturday.
I'm just learning these things.
Yes.
Okay. Awesome.
Yes, awesome. Just, yes, we're everywhere. We're getting more and more popular. We've had tons of requests for syndications of the show. We're working on that. We have our legal department working on those getting those syndicated to those markets. So just keep your eyes peeled for that. If you are watching this online and you want the Angry Brothers in your area, be sure and write us at our address of theangrybros@gmail.com.
Please.
Yes, please. Now, again, good night, unpleasant dreams, and let's keep America on top, everyone. Watch Horror Hosts.
Have a good night.
Good night. Greetings, faithful followers. This is your old pal, Brother Jack Angry, along with Inferna.
Hi.
And Sin. And we just wanted to take a moment to welcome our newest sponsor, Big Brain Tattoos in Omaha, Nebraska. Now they're located at 1123 Jackson Street, which is on the backside of the old market here in downtown Omaha. We hope you'll stop by and see Smitty, the owner, and Lenny and Jason, two of his best artists. And they will be happy to answer all of your questions and deal with whatever your tattoo needs are, whether you're just pricing a tattoo, you have a design, or you need a design. Lenny and his artists will be happy to draw that out and set it up to your satisfaction. And all of their work is backed by Smitty and his artists, so you'll never go away dissatisfied from Big Brain. So be sure and check them out. And tell him the Angry Brothers sent you. And if you'd like to check his webpage out, it's www.bigbrainomaha.com.